Rumors of a lighter OnePlus experience have been swirling around as far as back at the start of this year. And finally, it's time. We have the OnePlus Nord in hand, and in today's video, let's go ahead and unbox it. This is what the hype's been all about. The box is quite different from what we've been seeing with the OnePlus 8 series. We have the faint OnePlus Nord branding. Of course, this is the reviewer's box. Inside, we have the retail box, which we'll get to in a second. There are 3 cases that OnePlus have included for us to check out. Now the retail box, there's a handy pull tab for the plastic wrap to the back. The back has quite a lot of regular information. We have branding to the sides. Opening it up, we are greeted by the OnePlus Nord with a This Way Nord protective wrap. Getting it out, this marble blue variant looks quite nice. I generally have a soft spot for blue, to be honest. There also happens to be a grey onyx option that OnePlus offers. Anyway, next we have a cardboard insert. This contains a soft TPU case. Then we have a welcome letter of sorts. Now here we find this SIM ejector tool, some OnePlus and Nord stickers with the regular literature, and finally we have the Warp Charge 30T adapter and a typical red OnePlus Type-C cable. Hey guys, by the way, if you've been liking what you've been seeing so far, please consider turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Now coming to the OnePlus Nord, the first question is, why Nord? Nord stands for North in European languages, and OnePlus seems to find it best suited to describing their journey so far and this new mid-range series. And I'm happy they're being honest. Now their pricing's been going Nord for a while now, hasn't it? See what I did there? Get it? Huh? Okay, my genius jokes aside, let's get closer to the Nord. The bezels appear thicker than with, say, the OnePlus 8, and we've got dual selfie cameras this time around. But it's still a fluid AMOLED panel, so yeah, 90Hz refresh, the resolution remains Full HD+. Being a typical AMOLED panel, the colors are punchy, it also happens to be bright. OnePlus claims it's got 2048 levels of brightness, so we get fine levels to switch, so it doesn't have jerky brightness switching. And this panel, it happens to be covered by Corning's Gorilla Glass 5 for protection. This also happens to be what we get on the back. I love how the marble blue reflects light. The curving edges feel nice in hand. The display, it's 6.44 inches, so this phone is quite small by today's standards and it fits snug in hand. The weight is also manageable. It's, well, I'm gonna say just 184 grams. Again, that's by today's standards. As you can see, OnePlus's alert slider returns. We have the secondary microphone up top. Volume rockers are present to the left. The dual SIM tray, primary microphone, USB Type-C port and the speaker, they are all present at the bottom. Now the Nord does not have a dual speaker setup, but this single speaker, it got really loud. And the output sounded quite rich too. Sadly, OnePlus hasn't found room for a headphone jack on the Nord either. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the sides of this phone, they give off a mid-range Samsung kind of vibe, and that's because it's plastic. The keys, they are of course metal, but the mid-frame, it is largely plastic. I mean, it is all plastic. And OnePlus has done this so that they can keep the weight and the price lower than similar sized phones or similar segment phones. Now, what do you think about this? Leave a comment down below. So far we've seen what's on the outside. Now how about we take a look at what's on the inside? Well, for starters, this phone's powered by the Snapdragon 765G chipset. This is a new premium mid-range chip from Qualcomm, successor to the Snapdragon 730G, which was an excellent chip by itself. I've been using the 765G on the Vivo X50 Pro and the performance has been really good. So given Oxygen OS usually gets the best out of any hardware, I expect the Nord to be super smooth too. Other specs include 8 or 12 gigs of LPDDR4X RAM along with 128 or 256 gigs of UFS 2.1 storage. As far as battery is concerned, we have 4115 mAh with support for Warp Charge 30T. OnePlus claims the Nord can be charged from 0 to 70 in just 30 minutes. And as we've seen from our charge tests, OnePlus's claims are usually pretty accurate. Now other sundries include support for 5G. The 765G includes a X52 modem, so the Nord is 5G capable. Well, it's not a big deal in India at the moment and is not gonna be, at least for the foreseeable future. Hey, the Nord has it. Okay, it has it, so 5G. I mean, that's pretty much the case with every phone that's coming out with 5G right now. It's a spec on paper, it's a checkbox ticked. Then we have a in-display fingerprint scanner that works quite fast. There's also support for face unlock via this 32 megapixel Sony IMX616. For those curious, it is paired with a f2.45 lens. The primary is our tried and tested Sony IMX586. We get Nightscape, a full-fledged Pro mode, Cine Aspect video recording. In fact, the only changes are hardware limited. Like for example, video recordings capped at 4K 30. Now, it's not just with the cameras, the entire OxygenOS experience on the Nord is pretty similar in functionality to what we'd find on other OnePlus phones. This is OxygenOS 10.5 built on Android 10. Fan favorites like Dark Mode, Zen Mode, they all return. While the interface is pretty stockish, there is room for customization. We can tweak icon shapes, change the fingerprint animations, and so on. The entire interface feels very responsive and fluid. At least in the time I spent with it, those were my initial impressions. I'll have more to add in my full review, of course. Now, a lot of how this phone's gonna be looked at, how it's gonna be perceived, is gonna depend on how OnePlus prices it. What do you feel is a fair ask for the OnePlus Nord? How much do you think OnePlus should price this at? Leave a comment down below and let me know. And with that, we get to the end of this quick little unboxing and hands-on. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about this video. Subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.